Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wheeler Wildcat Coliseum, otherwise known as the Cat House, here on the campus of Wheeler High School for tonight's contest between the visiting Sequoyah Chiefs and the homestanding Wheeler Wildcats. Brian Katrick and producer, engineer, and now color commentator Ron Grab with you at the Wildcat Coliseum.
Number 13.
And we've got a good one for you tonight. You are seeing this on Sunday, we hope, at 5 o'clock. And it's good to have you with us. Sequoyah and Wheeler, both in the same sub-region, both battling for the final playoff spot. That's Region 6, Quad A, Sub-Region B. Marietta has taken the first spot, and they await the winner of this game, who will join them at Marietta High School next week.
Yes, Brian, good to be here tonight, I'll say that. We have enjoyed ourselves this season. We've enjoyed presenting this Cobb County football to you folks there over Summit Cable. I'd like to thank those folks at Summit Cable for assisting us getting these programs on every week. We hope you're watching this on Sunday night at 5 o'clock. That's a steady time. We've decided it would be a good time to get ourselves going with a steady, ongoing time on Summit. And now we're presenting this last game of the season, this Wheeler and Sequoyah. The winner takes all. It ought to be an interesting game, Brian. What do you think?
I think we've been joined by Eddie Huffaker and David Clark, who they said we're going to be running the chain crew. That's what the PA announcer here at Wheeler, Marion Steele, said. And he would know. He's been here forever, and he knows he is the authority when it comes to Wheeler Wildcat football. Sequoyah has won the toss, and they elected to receive. So we'll be back with the kickoff and everything else back after this break on the Ron and Brian Sports Network. Back with you at the Cat House on the campus of Wheeler High School. Number 9, Mike Carter will be kicking for Sequoyah. And I'm not sure how that's coming through, but it appears that I'm going to be competing with Marion Steele.
Everybody up for the kickoff.
So
Everybody up now.
We can say Brian Katrick, Marion Steele, and Ron Grab with you, as he will be doing some spotting indirectly for us. And the kick is a good one. Taken at the 5-yard line by Mike Edwards. Edwards with the move coming to the near side, and he's cut down at about the 15-yard line by number 25. That's Jess Hopkins.
Let me explain to you folks, we are not in the press box tonight. We are outside the press box, up on the deck of, I think it's the locker room we're on the deck on. We're right in the middle of all the crowd. We're right where everything is happening. That's where you hear all this outside noise. You hear the announcer very well.
And I can't hear you very well either.
As long as it stays warm, the camera won't be shaking too much.
You've got the earplugs in. 1st and 10 Wildcats. And that's number 7, Brandon Shaw, in at quarterback, and Wheeler shifts. Ball on the 16. We've talked before about the versatility of this Wildcat offense. On 1st down, there's a give into the middle of the defensive line.
Brandon gives to
Number 22 was the ball carrier. That's Ty Robertson.
right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of a foot.
You know, Brian, it's interesting. We came out here for the Sprayberry game, and they started with a no-huddle offense. Wonder if they're going to try to pull that out this game, too.
You never know. They have come out and given everybody different looks. The pitch to Robertson around the right side. He's got some room. Down the sidelines and pushed out of bounds. The other number 22 made the stop for the Chiefs. That's Kevin Griggs. Robertson is short of the 1st down. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2.
Yes, folks, at these games, we usually try to get local people to help do our color. We had our 2 color men come up while we were introducing. We understand they like to be with their families at some times, too. And this being the last home game, they'll be up here at halftime to give us some assistance.
That would be Eddie Huffaker and David Clark. On 3rd and 2, the give is to Ty Robertson. He gets across the 25-yard line. He is cut down in the defensive backfield, and he gets the 1st down. 1st and 10 for Wheeler. Ball on the 27.
And you know, Brian, it's been an exciting night. We got here about an hour early. Oh, we can't talk too much. They're getting into the play. Let's carry it on.
It was good to get to talk to Coach Hollis also before the game. Is that what you just mentioned? I'm having problems hearing you. The pitch out to Robertson on 1st and 10.
1-4 to tie. Robertson goes to pitch.
And again, he is cut down by number 22, Griggs.
No, I was going to mention about the activities that have been taking place. The seniors had a picnic or bonfire, tailgate, I'm not sure what they called it, but there was a whole group of them out here. They had an MC and a DJ, and they just had a good old time before the game even started.
It was senior night, still is senior night. We saw the pageantry before the game, and it was some sort of an outdoor pep rally. This is Robertson. He doesn't have a lot of room.
Again this time, but it stopped about at the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of
Number 58 came up and made the stop. That was Andy Ehlers. And James Starnes was also in on the tackle, says Marion Steele, so we believe him.
31.5 yard line.
Gain of about 4. It's going to bring up 2nd down. Check that, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, Brian, you mentioned earlier about that interview we had with Coach Hollis. We'll be inserting that periodically in his telecast.
3rd down, Shaw will pass for the first time. He's got a lot of time. He looks, and it's incomplete. Intended for Mike Edwards. Edwards slipped and fell. It's incomplete. That brings up 4th down. And Wheeler's going to have to punt.
Covered by number 22, Kevin Griggs for the Sequoyah Chiefs. And it brings up a 4th and 6 for the Wildcats. Brandon Shaw, number 7, will drop back in punt formation.
Shaw is the quarterback and the punter for this Wildcat team. And Sequoyah finally sending somebody back.
7,
Reed Jackson is the deep man for the Chiefs. Shaw gets off an end-over-end punt. It's going to be short. Lands at about the 45, takes a Wheeler bounce, and will be down as it rolls nearly out of bounds at the Sequoyah 36. So that's where the Chiefs will take over when we come back with 9:36 to go in the first quarter. Your score, Wheeler nothing, Sequoyah nothing.
37-yard brings the Chiefs to the line of scrimmage.
Back with you on the Ron and Brian Sports Network, and Ryan Benton is the quarterback for Sequoyah, and before he can get the play started, there's a flag, and it's against the Chiefs.
Actually,
so
Brian,
make it 1st and 15. I'm sorry, Ron.
it's not even a network tonight. We are doing this for Wheeler. Wheeler has agreed to go ahead and utilize their educational access time to make sure that this program does get on for the citizens of Cobb County.
Absolutely.
We appreciate them being able to offer this to those citizens out there.
Absolutely, that's true. We're not a network. We are merely acting as agents, as we have been instructed to do. Benton on 1st and 15. A quick pass is deflected, and it's incomplete. Number 13, John Green, almost came up with the deflection.
Almost intercepted by number 66, Mike Cunningham.
Mike Cunningham, number 66, tipped the ball. And Green just about came up with it, and if he had come up with it, it would have been nothing but end zone in front of him. It's going to be 2nd and 15 for the Chiefs. Is this sounding like an echo, Ron?
This is the first time we've seen Sequoyah, and they're known as a passing team. They come out passing. Let's see what's going to happen.
Benton on 2nd and 15, certainly a passing down. It's not. He gives to the first man through, who's going to get about 3 yards. That's James Starnes. He will get near the original line of scrimmage, but short of it. It's still going to bring up 3rd down and about 11.
We're having a little bit of difficulty with the picture right now. I see it going in and out. We had to plug into our main power quite a distance away. We may be losing some power because the distance we are away from the actual press box. So please bear with us. We'll try to get this straightened out, folks.
We're losing power. We're losing our hearing. And I'm losing feeling in my extremities. But that doesn't matter because it's 3rd down and 11 for the Chiefs. And Benton will pass. Deep over the right side, incomplete, intended for number 2, Chris Forsman. Number 5, Daytwan Byers was defending on the play.
Good pressure on the quarterback.
I had been calling him Daytwan. It is Daytwan, as I found out in the pregame show. Mike Cunningham was also defending on the play. We've got 8 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And Sequoyah is going to have to punt. Benton is also their quarterback and punter. He mishandles the snap. The ball is loose, and that is going to be a big loss for the Chiefs. And a big break for Wheeler. Number 80 got into the backfield. That was Jeff Sigler. It was a high snap just off the hands of Benton. He couldn't handle it, and Sigler was in his face before he had a chance to do anything with it, and that's a good play by Sigler because Benton, being the quarterback, could have made him pay.
That's right. He could have picked it up and tried to pass from there. Of course, if he had men downfield, it could have been illegal. Let's see what happens now.
We've got 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter, and Wheeler catches an incredible break. 1st and 10, ball on the Sequoyah 20. This is Ty Robertson breaking into the flat. He's got running room, gets the first down inside the 10-yard line. Number 25, Jess Hopkins made the stop. That's going to be 1st and goal for the Wildcats.
Key block by Taylor Clark, number 81, popping that loose.
It's a big plays, it looks like, might make a difference in this game, Brian. So we've seen so far.
And this game certainly has the explosive potential. They give to Robertson. He sees the goal line, and he is short, getting down to maybe the 1.5-yard line.
58, Andy Ellers for the Chiefs.
Ellers in on the stop for Sequoyah.
About the 1-yard line, it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1.
We appreciate Marion Steele helping us out, I tell you.
He's got to take your place, Brian.
He certainly is. He's doing a fine job. Not often do you see that type of a job out of a public address announcer. I know Richard Edgeworth does that type of job over at Sprayberry. It's certainly a rarity. Robertson into the middle of the defensive line, and he does not make it.
Looks like he might have gotten a foul.
So we've got 6:52 and running here. 3rd and goal for the Wildcats, who are taking advantage of a Sequoyah turnover, and now they're going to the no huddle.
I thought we'd see that sooner or later tonight.
Not really a Sequoyah turnover, just a Sequoyah miscue. They were going to punt the ball anyway, but certainly Wheeler came up with a lot better field position than they would have had. This is Brandon Shaw, takes it himself, touchdown. Touchdown Wildcats. Brandon Shaw keeps it himself on the quarterback option player on the left side, and he's in.
We've got a picture of the Walton flag. Goes around during a touchdown. Got an interesting formation here on the extra point.
Sheevy will kick out of the hold of Edwards if they snap it to him. They do. It's a fake. Edwards sprinting for the corner of the end zone. Pitches to Sheevy. Touchdown.
Extra point.
Extra point. Touchdown. I'm really excited out here.
We're having fun, aren't we?
The offset line pulls it off for the Wildcats. So with 6:28 to go in the first quarter, your score, Wheeler 8, Sequoyah nothing. We'll be back. Jason Sheevy set to kick it away for the Wildcats.
Look at these formations they've got, Brian. Are he going to kick from that formation?
No, he's not going to kick for that formation.
Is it illegal to kick from that formation?
I'm really not sure. You got me with a technical question there. Reed Jackson may know the answer. He's deep for the Chiefs. I don't have a clue. Hey, you got the cough going. We're really roughing it here tonight. The kick is a short one. Jackson will come up and take it across his 10-yard line at about the 15. And now he's got a lot of running room.
He is fast.
Reed Jackson around the right side, and he is going to be gone. He's got a great block downfield.
Wow.
Touchdown, Chiefs. An 88-yard touchdown run on the kickoff return.
I'm glad I had the camera on. That thing went so fast. Don't think they'll kick the ball to him again tonight. That was nice. Pretty play. You can see why Sequoyah has been ranked as high as they have in the state. Suffered 2 losses last 2 games. But they're ready to show some people tonight that they aren't a pushover.
It has been a tough few weeks for the Chiefs, losing in the rain to Walton.
You think they'll try the 2 points now?
Well, right now it's an 8-6 game, and they are going to go for 2. Their quarterback, number 13, Adam Benton, who is also their punter, who may also be their kicker, is going to run it. He rolls out to his right. He tosses it into the end zone. A one-handed catch. What a catch. Number 27 made a catch. Who was that? That's Braun Stanley. See, I beat Marion to it.
I don't know if you noticed also, but Wheeler was trying to call a timeout when they saw him line up there. and they didn't get the timeout called in time.
So they just struck right back, and now we've got 6:15 to go at the Cat House. Your score is all tied. Wheeler 8, Sequoyah 8. Carter is going to kick it away for the Chiefs. Edwards and Byers back deep for the Wildcats, and that was an explosion. Wheeler takes advantage of a miscue on the punt, puts some points on the board, and on the ensuing kickoff, Sequoyah ties things up. Both teams going for the 2-point conversion. Carter's kick is carrying towards the end zone. This is going to be Edwards. Edwards at his own 1-yard line gets out to the 20-yard line.
About the 5-yard line on the line drive kick.
Number 5 came up and made the stop. That was Heath Wilkie.
25, Chess Hopkins.
Jess Hopkins also in on the stop.
We'll take over their next series.
Now let's come down here and close up in here on some of the cheerleaders. We try to get them in our ball games. They're just as much a part of the game as a ball team is, and the band is too. It's a whole experience.
First and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball on their own 20-yard line. Shaw gives to Robertson on the misdirection, and here comes Robertson. He's at midfield, one man to beat. He beats him. Ty Robertson is gone.
Unbelievable.
This is incredible. The scoreboard's not going to hold all these
What
points.
a game. You folks ought to be here. That's all I can say.
80 yards for Ty Robertson, and you had to see that coming. He has exploded on several occasions for the Wildcats, and this time they look to be content just to go for the extra point rather than the 2-point conversion. Sheevy out of the hold of Edwards this time. He will kick it. This time it's up, and this time it's good. So we're down inside of 6 minutes finally. 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Your score, Wheeler 15, Sequoyah 8. If you've missed the last 25 seconds of this game, you've missed it all. We still have power. We're losing our picture. It may just be in our monitor. Sheevy will kick to Reed Jackson. And the last time these two tried this, it was an 88-yard Reed Jackson kickoff return for a touchdown. 5:50 to go in the first quarter. Wheeler leads 15-8. As both teams ran for the 2-point conversion on their first score, and Wheeler was content to kick the extra point on their second score. A pooch kick this time to keep it out of the hands of Jackson. It's returned by number 10, Jason Turner. Turner gets to the 38-yard line, and that's where the Chiefs will take over with 5:44 to go in the first quarter. Yes, the first quarter, 15-8 Wheeler. It all started when Brandon Shaw went 1 yard for a touchdown. On the ensuing kickoff, Reed Jackson went 88 yards, and then on the first play from scrimmage for Wheeler, Ty Robertson goes 80 yards. We'll see what happens this time. Give over the middle goes to number 27 on the carry, Braun Stanley. He gets maybe 1 yard, and it was a hard yard. That's going to be second down.
Second and 9. He's stopped by number 62, Bo Smith, and number 33, Tommy George for the Wildcats.
I'm pretty sure that's coming through loud and clear.
39-yard line.
Sounds like an echo out here, Brian.
Yeah, Marion Steele taking care of all of our spotting duties for us. He's got the spotting crew, of course, with him. And then he's got a tremendous personal knowledge of this Wheeler team. And it is first and 10. It's a passing situation now. It is tipped and incomplete. David McMinn deflected the Benton pass.
Number 21, David McMinn, covering.
That's going to be incomplete.
On the play.
Number 2, Chris Forsman was the intended receiver. And McMinn showed a lot of speed on that play. 3rd and 9 now for Sequoyah.
We were watching these guys during warm-up, and it's obvious that they have some definite passes on the Sequoyah team, isn't it?
Absolutely. We saw the guy, we saw both Benton and also number 9 was throwing, Mike Carter. Flat-footed, 45 yards on a rope. So
we'll see what happens here. Third down.
3rd and 9. Benton has got a man in motion. He throws a screen pass. It is a nice grab. but not a lot of yardage for James Starnes. Starnes will be short of the first down.
7 yards. Stop by number 10, Mike Edwards.
Mike Edwards laid a lick on Starnes at the 45-yard line. It looks like a punting situation, but you never know.
Well, we remember what happened the last time they tried to punt.
That's right. Adam Benton, the quarterback and punter, had the snap go over his head. He was able to get a piece of it, but that only prolonged things for him. It didn't get much better.
We'll keep it on the punter this time.
Another high snap, but he gets a handle on it and gets the kick off. This is Robertson at his own 25, and he's got another seam. There goes Robertson. This time he's got to break some tackles. He broke all but one as he is taken down by Forsman, but not before he crosses the 40-yard line down to the 37, and that's where Wheeler will take over, 1st and 10.
I'll tell you, Brian, it looks like they're going with the no huddle again. Maybe that's what they've decided to go into.
I know it's impossible for me to hear myself think, so maybe the no huddle is better for them. Of course, it makes the quarterback have to yell his plays out, so maybe not. And Brandon Shaw does yell his plays out, and somebody jumped. We saw 2 defensive linemen come into the neutral zone. They may have been led in there. They were not. They were not enticed to jump, so the Chiefs suffer a 5-yard penalty. 1st and 5 for Wheeler. We've got 3:35 to go here in the first quarter. 15-8 Wheeler. We'd like to say hello to the guys over at WFOM who are doing this live on the air, on the radio, for all of you folks in Cobb County who may not want to come out to the game. You can hear it on WFOM. Shaw looks deep down the near side for McMahon. It is broken up.
Shaw from the shotgun formation. Pass intended for number 21, David McMahon. Broken up by number 22, Kevin Griggs.
Kevin Griggs broke it up for the Chiefs. He also had help from number 31, Mitch Miller.
Yeah, Brian, I understand that Summit Cable has recently agreed to go ahead and broadcast the WFOM live radio feed, which really makes it nice for the people of East Cobb County.
Absolutely. Putting it on their billboard, Channel 5, live the night of the game. On 2nd and 5, the give is to Byers. Byers breaks into the backfield. He spins off of a tackle and is brought down in the defensive backfield by number 67. That's Shannon Kelly. And again, we apologize for any technical difficulties you may be experiencing and any verbal difficulties you may get off of me. It's very loud here at the Cat House. Electricity pumping through this venue. As this game means everything to both of these teams. This is the winner goes on, the loser goes home, as this has really got playoff implications. Shaw will throw on 1st down. He looks for Edwards. Complete! Touchdown!
You saw it. I had it right there on the camera, Brian. He was wide open, waiting with his arms out. Great play. Quarterback took his time. He had good blocking. He saw his man open.
11-yard touchdown pass. Sorry, Ron. From Shaw to Edwards. Sheevy out of the hold of Edwards for the extra point. Sheevy once again puts it up and through. So with 2:43 to go, still in the first quarter. Your score, Wheeler 22, Sequoyah 8. We'll be back after this.
Now,
we're back at the Cat House, Wheeler Wildcat Coliseum, and there you see some of the Wheeler Wildcat fans. 22-8 your score in favor of the Wildcats.
Everybody up for the kickoff.
And they were already up. Mr. Steele, the whole crowd standing up in reverence to the Channel 11 cameras. They're here. We also saw Channel 5 here.
Channel 5 came out to tape this first half to try to get some highlights. I think they've got their highlights by now.
They're not going to be disappointed. Let's see where Sheevy kicks this one. It is deep. And it may very well be Reed Jackson. It is not Reed Jackson.
Number 25, Jess Hopkins takes the kickoff.
Maybe they should have let Jackson have it, but not a bad return by Jess Hopkins, who gets it across the 20-yard line up to the 22, and that's where Sequoyah will start with 2:37 to go here in the first quarter. Unbelievable the amount of media coverage this very game is getting, Ron.
Yeah, we have really seen increase in these big cameras here, haven't we?
Christy Deer from Channel 2 is also here. This is unbelievable. So all three of the networks, and of course the Ron and Brian Sports Network, the most important one of all.
The sports show, not network, Brian.
Sports show, I apologize.
Doing this for Wheeler.
Alan Benton on 1st and 10 rolls to his left. He's got a blocker. He throws complete. And there's some room. That's Foreman. Foreman down the near side, and he's tripped up by Edwards.
A nice pass reception. He's stopping number 10, Mike Edwards, on a
Forsman gets the first down and more.
Crosses the midfield stripe down to the 40.
That'll be 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line for the Chiefs.
First down for the Chiefs.
You know, it has come to our attention, Ron, that all three of those networks and the radio, as we take a look at the fans, are running the risk of legal action from all of those fans. Is that true? No, we can't say that.
I don't know. We'll have to see about that. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Apparently that is only jeopardizing those who have dedicated themselves to only high school sports, such as ourselves. Again, Benton completes to Forsman.
Number 2, Chris Forsman. Chris has hit a miss.
And it's awful close to the first down.
37-yard line. The number 69, Matt Miller. And
It's going to be roughly a yard short, so that's going to be 2nd and 1. As the ball is on the Wheeler 36, and Sequoyah is marching.
2nd and 1 for the Chiefs.
The passing attack for the Chiefs has devastated almost everyone they have seen so far this year, and it seems to be working well against Wheeler. They give it to the first man through, that Starnes.
This time, Benton hands off to
Starnes will get the first down
right over the center of the line.
into the middle of the defensive line. Maybe a gain of 2. 1st and 10 Chiefs, ball on the 33-yard line.
About 4 yards on that play.
We'll come down and catch you cheerleaders again. This is one of their favorite songs. I'm kind of a fan of the band and the cheerleaders. Brian's more a football guy.
1 minute, 14 seconds, and the clock runs, and
Get
the
back to the
cheerleaders
football,
dance. Yeah, no, you can watch whatever you want to do. They're going to play no matter what we watch. Benton will throw. Benton bobbled and out of bounds, eventually caught, but not before he got out of bounds. That's Justin Chapman.
Cheerleaders didn't even miss a beat, let me tell you.
That ball was eventually caught, but not before he got out of bounds. And again, I may have explained that, but it's very hard to hear what's going on up here. We've got 57 seconds to go in the first quarter, and it's 22-8 in favor of the Wildcats. A high-scoring, electrifying game so far. And now Sequoyah on the move. They're on the Wheeler 33-yard line. Benton sends a man in motion. He rolls out again, throws again, complete again. This time Chapman gets a hold on it before he goes out of bounds.
Number 3.
Brian, that passing game they have, I think, is one of the best we have seen. Pope had a good passing game we saw earlier in the year. The Sequoiah's got an excellent passing game.
Looks like he had about 5 yards.
Absolutely, they certainly do.
Stop made by cover by 44, Bobby Tanner for the Wildcats.
And a good passing game in high school is, I don't want to say it's a rarity, but it just takes so much more work than a good running game. You know, not only do you need the good front line support, but you also have to have great receiving core and a quarterback with a good arm and a good head on his shoulders, and that's what Sequoyah has in Benton. He throws again on first down. It is tipped and incomplete. It was intended for numbers 27, Braun Stanley. Number 13 came up and hit him immediately. That was John Green. And that is legal. As soon as Stanley touched the ball, he was game, so to speak. And so the clock stops with 46 seconds to go. And the Chiefs are in 4-down territory as it's 4th and 6.
Hope these cheerleaders don't mind if I get their picture on TV here, but They do a lot of work around you. They were up here with us, putting their signs and taping all this balloons up here. All thanks to the cheerleaders.
They made that huge spirit banner before the game that the players run through, as they always do. We'll hear a little bit more about the cheerleaders and everybody else's purpose a little bit later on, as that pass is short hopped, intended for Chapman. There is a flag on the play, and it's in the offensive backfield.
Justin Chapman, but there is a flag on the play.
As that particular time, Benton was forced to run a little bit for his life, and it's going to be roughing the passer on Wheeler. Big penalty against the Wildcats.
Now, is that an automatic first down in high school?
In high school, I'm not sure. Thank you, Ron. I had these folks fooled all season long, letting them think that I actually knew what I was talking about, and now you're going to get technical on me.
Well, I don't know, Brian. I'm learning this high school rules just like you.
Well, the yardage alone is certainly going to give them the first down.
After the ball was tipped by the defense.
As it goes for at least 10 yards at this point, and it's going to go for 15 yards, and that is definitely a first down.
Obviously, that gives the Chiefs a first down.
And there's Marion Steele, who lets us know. I'm Brian Katrick, our producer-engineer, and the man who you are hearing more and more from every game is Ron Grab, and rightfully so, because without him, we wouldn't be on the air. And possibly with him, we may not still be on the air.
Folks, we're working on a package of 25 high school basketball games to present you. We'll pursue that a little bit later on in this broadcast. We'll give you a list of some of these games and the possibilities of us actually getting them on the air.
Benton on 1st and 10 from the Wheeler 15. Fade to the corner. It is incomplete. Nice defensive play by Byers. Intended for Forsman. And he and Byers got into a little jumping match there. We've got 33 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Bring up 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line.
Byers, one of the many all-purpose players on this Wheeler team. I see John Miles is in there. Mike Edwards, all these guys go both offensively and defensively for the Wildcats. There are many others who names you will hear mentioned later on in the game. There's motion, and Benton will throw. He is hurried. Into the corner of the end zone and incomplete. It was looking for Reed Jackson, but it was overthrown a little bit, led him a bit too much, and that's incomplete, so it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Looks like they're getting a pretty good rush in on him there. You keep passing all the time, that's what's going to happen.
Well, Sequoyah is countering with the planned rollouts. No matter what, if you plan a rollout, and that's what they're doing, Benton rolling out to his left, it's going to give the quarterback a little bit more time. You can pull a tackle or two, and since there are only 2, and get them out in front of the play if you know where the play is going, and certainly Wheeler did not know where the play was going. And here's one of those planned rolls to the right. Complete. Inside the 10-yard line. Complete to Justin Chapman. No, check that. That was Chris Forsman who caught the pass. He is going to be short of the first down, so that brings up 4th down and about 5. This is definitely within field goal range, but we've got 2 seconds now, 1 second, and we're going to end the first quarter with your score 22-8 in favor of Wheeler. And we have run out of time here in the first quarter. The clock is showing 0 seconds, and the officials do not see it. And they're going to let this play run.
He can't stop
Marion
it.
Steele can't stop the clock. There's a flag on the play.
There.
Now, let me try to explain this as we kind of fade in and out. That pass was intended for number 19, Matt Hames. It was incomplete. Mike Edwards, defending on the play, may have been flagged for interference. The game clock showed no time when that play started. Marion Steele, you may have heard yelling in the background that there was no time. The official time is kept on the field. Of course, the referees don't have the microphone system that they do in the college and the pros, so they can't call up to the box. And it's a penalty, first of all, is going to be against
offsetting
Sequoyah, and that's going to be offsetting. There was an ineligible man downfield against the Chiefs. I couldn't tell what it was against the Wildcats. I didn't catch the signal. But as I was saying earlier, the official time is kept on the field, and if the referee can't be in contact with the press box, which obviously he can't,
well, Brian, why don't we let the refs sort this out?
We will.
We take a little bit of break.
Sure, we'll take a timeout. There's no time showing, but we don't know what it's going to be when we come back. 22-8, Wheeler, your score. Okay, we are back here at the Wheeler Wildcat Coliseum. The last play of the first quarter, the debate that's going on is whether or not that was the last play of the first quarter or whether or not it should have been the second quarter. There were offsetting plays. Okay, this is going to be the last play of the first quarter. That last play was in the first quarter. The clock was wrong. The offsetting penalties mean that the quarter can't end on it, so this is going to be it. They have to replay the down. And so here we go, 4th and 6. Benton to throw into the end zone. It is intercepted. That's a touchback. Mike Edwards. What a play.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen.
Intercepted by the Wildcats. So that's the end of the first quarter. So when we come back, Wheeler will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. We're going to take a look at our interview we just did before this game with head coach Jeff Hollis. He had an awful lot to say about both the game and the role that football plays in the community. I'm telling you, these are about the best comments I have heard in my life pertaining to the community spirit surrounding Cobb County High School football. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the interview with Coach Hollis. Okay, we are here in the office with Coach Jeff Hollis of the Wheeler Wildcats, one of the most successful coaches in the county for years. I have personal memories and some nightmares about playing teams coached by Hollis. Always a great team, always a lot of stamina, a lot of physical conditioning, and a very good, very smart team also. And this year's edition of the Wildcats, no different. Big game tonight. By now we'll be seeing how it's going on. Sequoyah, it's a must-win situation to go to the playoffs. What are your thoughts on the game tonight?
Well, it's a must-win situation for us to go to the playoffs, too. That's my biggest thought. This is the epitome of what high school football is all about. It's a big game. The kids are excited. The parents are excited. Our communities are excited. Be a big crowd tonight, and for a change on a Friday night, there's no rain, and that's a fantastic thing to have happen for us. It's been raining, I think, the last 3 weeks in a row, so it's nice for the kids to be able to get out. We're doing a senior night tonight, and I guess some of this may show up on television, it may not, but we recognize those senior players that are in our program and in the band and in the color guard and the cheerleaders, and we've got some 60 strong to be represented tonight, and it really is a wonderful, wonderful thing that that kids are involved in extracurricular activities, whether it's football or those other things that we talk about the show on Friday night, and a lot of people know that the focal point happens to be football. But when we play a football game here, we've got two bands, we've got color guards, we've got a drill team, which those young men have moms and dads, and we've got our cheerleaders, and it makes a lot of hoopla and a lot of show and a lot of pageantry and a lot of fun for a community. We happen to be in a situation right now where it's a Cherokee community which is growing and trying to gain respect. They put together a great program. They got a beautiful physical plant there. Their facility is beautiful, and they put together a great coaching staff. They got a great principal up there, a lady named I can't remember her last name, Doe Kirkpatrick, I think is her name. She's done an outstanding job of supporting her players and teams and coaches and putting things together, giving them a chance to compete. First time they've been here to what we call the Cat House, and those little catchy phrases like that simply give kids and parents pride in their facility. This facility is over 25 years old. And it takes a lot of work on the part of a lot of people to plant the hedges. We have hedges out here that still are not fully grown and fully closed in, and Our bleachers are old, and every year we have to have work days where parents come out and they replace boards and they paint boards and they rebuild locker rooms, and it takes a lot of money to do all this stuff, and the community has to join in. People have to work together, black, white, Hispanic. We've got, I think, 30 some odd cultures represented here at Wheeler High School, and I see that as being a real advantage because we have to learn to work together. We've got, that's our future. That's what we're looking at in the very near future. A lot of people from a lot of different places and a lot of different colors and religions and cultures that have to learn to live together and work together. And football is one of those things that brings a lot of people together and breaks down a lot of barriers and gives people a focal point. Sad part about it is somebody's going to lose, and that's bad. We'll have one group that's happy and cheering, and another group that's been tremendously successful this year, whether it's them or us, and they'll be crying, there'll be tears, there'll be sadness, but they're great young people, and they've become better young people, better able to go out and lead our communities because of their experiences, whether it be in football or cheerleading or whatever. And that's what I want people to understand. I hope this message goes out to a lot of people, is that we as coaches put ourselves on the line because they judge me and my week's work on a simple scoreboard with a few numbers and what a bunch of teenagers do for 48 minutes tonight. But this thing is much larger than that. We've got kids on our team that don't have dads. We've got a lot of kids that have had alcohol problems in their families, and we're trying to teach those people how to live right, how to accept responsibility, how to be academically what they are capable of being. And I'm very proud that the Marietta Daily Journal ran an article this week, and we had some 15 or 17 kids on our football team that have a 3-point average or better. I'm real proud of that. I'm not responsible for that. The people at Wheeler High School, the principals, the teachers, the support staff, everybody here is responsible for those kids being successful in the classroom. And I happen to be able to use the media a little bit from time to time to be able to expose some of those things. This is a great school. It's got a great teaching staff. The tenure of our teaching staff here is an average of 14 years. And those people are good teachers. They were here before I came here, and a lot of those will probably be here when I leave here. And I serve my little role. Dr. Holliday, Earl Holliday, is our new principal here, came last year. Outstanding man, PhD, and has a lot of different types of programs that he's instituting into our program, our school programs here. And bottom line is he cares a lot about kids, and we got a great thing going right here. And the focal point comes back to that athletic contest, and somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. But the same thing exists in Cherokee County at Sequoyah High School. And the bottom line is that moms and dads and industry, churches, people need to join together with the schools to give these kids the things that maybe they're not learning at home. We got to go back to basics. We got to go back to values. We've got drug and alcohol problems and violence problems and things that are shocking all of us today. And the only way we're going to ever overcome those things is through teaching, through education. And it starts at a very early age. And, I encourage anybody who might be listening or watching this to join in with your school and your community. It doesn't matter whether it's Wheeler or Sequoyah or anybody else in Cobb County or the metro area or the United States. We need help for these young people to learn the kind of things they're going to have to learn to go out and lead our country. We're dealing with the leadership of our nation in the very near future. And when I see how hard our kids work, when I see how tough they really are, when I see how much they're willing to go home and academically achieve and perform and do those kinds of things, it's kind of a warm feeling, I think, for all of us to say, yeah, this old country's going to be okay because we got some great kids coming out of athletic programs, extracurricular activity programs that need to be stressed in our schools today. We got too many kids that go home in the afternoon with nobody there. They go to jobs and they work these fast food jobs, and they get just enough money to buy the clothes and compete socially, but they're not learning the things they need to learn to be successful in our society. They're not learning about honesty. They're not learning about accountability. They're not learning about just simply hard work will get you where you want to be. You got to go to work on Monday mornings when you don't feel like it sometime, and that's a learned thing. And I don't know. I feel strongly about my job. I think I got the greatest job in America. I look forward to it every day, even on the bad days. And you know, it's really bad that tonight, if we don't win this ball game, somebody's going to be real mad at me. Probably a lot of people, and they may say rude things to my wife, or they may say rude things to me, and I'm probably going to be rude right back to them. But you know, we work really hard trying to do the best that we can with the youth of America. And my son wants to be a football coach, and his mom really was not excited about that. It's tough being a coach's wife. You're gone a long time, you don't make a lot of money, and I was really thrilled deep down inside. I was really excited that my kid wanted to accept a tough challenge, and I really tried to talk him out of it. I really did. I didn't paint a very pretty picture of what this occupation's all about, but if he enjoys what he does nearly as much as I enjoy what I do, golly, he'll be a blessed person.
That's the key.
I feel very, very blessed to have been associated with the coaching staff that we have, and the faculty people here at Wheeler High School, and especially the kids. We got about 25 senior football players, managers, trainers. We had a young man standing right there just a second ago who's a married student here in high school and making it on his own. He's financially making it. He believes in himself and his marriage, and I admire that greatly, and I support him. And he shoots videos for us. His name is Brandon Nelson, and you know, he's learning some things that he's got to learn to succeed in his marriage and succeed in this life. And I feel very responsible as a coach. It's my job to teach him that, because I don't think anybody else can teach him those things. If I don't, then I have not fulfilled my responsibilities to the young people and, you know, that I come in contact with. And I'm glad the Lord lets me do what I do, and I feel very strongly about it. I wish we had more people that wanted to do what we do, and if educators would get smart and begin to pay people what they deserve to be paid, we'd have some more people and a higher caliber person coming into this field. And really, when it comes down to it, what's more important than the youth of America? I don't know of anything that is.
Absolutely. You put your finger right on it. You brought a lot of things to light that maybe you don't think about behind the scenes at a high school football game, all the folks involved, and certainly yourself as not just a football coach, but an educator, and that's really what it's all about. Thank you, Coach. Good luck on the game.
Well,
I appreciate it. It was good talking to you.
We appreciate you guys doing what you do, and you know, it's going to have an impact, and I'm proud for you. I'm proud you're doing what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
We're
back, and Marion Steele just made the announcement for all of you that you can come and watch all this take place. Here comes Ty Robertson. He's got one man to beat around the right side, and he can't do it. A complete misdirection play. Number 19 for Sequoyah stayed at home. A heads-up play by Matt Hames. He saved the touchdown.
Brian, let me just mention about that interview we just saw. I had talked to Coach Hollis earlier today. Usually coaches don't like to be disturbed on game day, let alone a game this big. But he was anxious to talk, and you saw what he had to say. That was very, very great. Exactly what he needed to say to these kids.
He hit the nail on the head on every single statement that he made. All kinds of misdirection going on here as Wheeler is starting to turn to some of the back pages in their playbook. And there's Robertson, who wound up keeping it. Turner made the stop. It's maybe a loss of a couple inches. It's going to be second down.
We really didn't know what to expect going into that interview, but you've got a winning coach here, and he's had a winning program, and we see why now, don't we?
Absolutely. Just as an interview, that was one of the most inspirational interviews that I've ever been a part of, ever. That was absolutely incredible. And this time Robertson is dropped for a loss as Gonish gets in there. But really, you can't say enough about the program that Coach Hollis has here at Wheeler, and you can't say enough about him just as a person.
And I'll tell you, I found working with all the coaches that we've been working with this entire season, we've had some great individuals there.
Absolutely. Some stand-up fellas running the shows at all the respective high schools here in Cobb County, and that's why the football is as intense as it is. On 3rd and long, Shaw will pass. Over the middle, complete. This is David McMinn. McMinn knew where the marker was. He got there, and he got the first down.
Stopped with a good tackle effort by number 19, Matt Hames.
Number 19, Matt Hames, made the stop, but there was nothing he could do about it. The pattern took McMinn the yardage he needed. A great call by Hollis.
Looks
And
like
a
they're
first
going
down for Wheeler.
Looks like they're going to that no-huddle offense again.
Can't say enough also about what Ronnie Jackson has done for the Sequoyah team. Look at what they have done this year, given everybody a scare, and if they win, Wheeler's out of the playoffs for the first time in 6 years. And now we've got motion on the offensive line. One of Sequoiah's players jumped, but I believe he was drawn offsides. This looks like it's going to go against the Wildcats, and it is.
For you folks that didn't get a chance to see or hear that entire interview, may have had to take a break during it. We'll try to put it on later on in the ball game.
Yeah, we should go ahead and run that a little later.
Yeah, we'll try to put it back on for you.
Because the things he talked about, of course, you're just fresh off of hearing them, most of you, and
that's what it's all about.
That really is. We appreciate Coach Hollis and all of his assistant coaches giving him the chance to take that time out just prior to this game and talk to us. Shaw is pressured this time. He rolls to his right, looks back to his left. It's overthrown. He was looking for McMinn and got a little bit too much arm on it. So that's going to bring up third down.
It looks like bad intended number 21. Good pressure by number 1, James Starnes, and number 66, Jake Temple.
Absolutely, Marion. Starnes and Temple in the backfield. I wonder if we should tell Mr. Steele that he's helping us with the color commentary.
I'm sure he probably realizes that. He does a great job here.
Absolutely. And you folks at home who are at the games regularly here at the Wildcat Coliseum know that. It is tipped by McMinn and then caught, but not much of a gain. A great open field tackle by number 35, Jeremy Jones. It indeed was great concentration by McMinn to catch that after tipping it.
That was real close to a lateral. He would have had problems if he couldn't have caught that ball.
Absolutely. Had it been dropped, it would have been a fumble rather than an incomplete pass.
1 yard, spotted at the 49.
Can't even let a guy try to warm his hands. They have to have this no-huddle offense.
It is third down, and the no-huddle is putting the pressure on Sequoyah, and it's putting the pressure on the crew up here, which basically consists, well, we won't tell you what it consists of. Shaw looks deep down the near side for Byers. It's overthrown. There are no flags, and that's a good call. Byers was in double coverage, and it's incomplete.
As Brandon Shaw.
This is her. We've got 9 minutes to go here in the first half. 22-8 is your score, Wheeler.
Brandon Shaw in punt formation. Ball spotted.
And Brandon Shaw is going to punt here on fourth down.
Deep to receive.
Number 7, Reed Jackson, is back deep to receive for the Chiefs. And those of you joining us late missed an 88-yard kickoff return by Jackson for a touchdown. This is a high hanging punt, takes a Wildcat bounce and goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So, with 8:51 to go in the first half, your score, Wheeler 22, Sequoyah 8. We'll be back after this.
Really nice, good hang time pump by number 7.
Much better. Brian Katrick and producer-engineer Ron Grab back with you at the Wheeler Wildcat Coliseum. This
Wide
ball
open.
complete to Forsman. Forsman gets the first down. Benton's pass right on the target. And Forsman gets the first down. A 13-yard pickup, 1st and 10 Chiefs. Ball on the Wheeler 33-yard line.
Mike Edwards, number 10.
I'd like to thank Dr. Holliday for all the assistance he's given us with this broadcast tonight. Got to meet him the other day, stopped by. Excellent individual. Very enthused about the team, of course about the school. He gave us a tremendous amount of help getting this program on tonight.
1st and 10 Sequoyah. Benton sends a man in motion, gives to the motion man and gives back. It was a misdirection play and nobody fooled. Number 27, Braun Stanley was the ball carrier. Number 66, Cunningham was the first Wildcat to meet him. Number 67, Kurt McNiff was also there. That's a loss of about 3 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 13.
Bringing up 2nd down. The ball spotted.
No, despite what you may think, Marion Steele cannot hear us. But he did wind up agreeing with us there, as Ron pointed out that it was 13 yards, and Marion agreed. 2nd down and deep. And intercepted and dropped. Byers was there. Number 13, John Green, was also there. They shoveled it back and forth between each other, and neither one of them could come up with it. Reed Jackson was the intended receiver. It's overthrown and incomplete. Third down for the Chiefs. At least being out here, we can hear the band, we can hear the crowd, we can feel the wind.
You get a real taste of what high school football is like when you're out here in the elements. You sure do. We've been too protected in these press boxes, I'll tell you.
We've gone soft.
Free food, free drinks in these press boxes. Yeah, we're going to have to get some hot chocolate at halftime.
7:33 to go, first half, and it's third down 13 for the Chiefs. Benton checks off at the line of scrimmage. He didn't like what he saw defensively for Wheeler. He sends a man in motion. He fakes to him, rolls to his right. He's got to throw in a hurry, and he does. It is tipped and incomplete. Byers got a hand on it. He was looking for number 7, Reed Jackson. That's a clean play, and it's going to be a punting situation for Sequoyah.
Reed Jackson on a play.
We'll let you enjoy the band for a second.
And Adam Benton's pass.
And the cheerleaders.
Bring it up to 4th down. 4th and 13 for the Chiefs.
Benton, the punter and quarterback, is back to kick it for the Chiefs. Edwards, another high snap. Edwards is back deep to get it, and he is retreating back to his own 30-yard line. That's where Edwards will start out. A good punt by Benton. Edwards turns the corner. He is still in bounds up the right sidelines, and he could go all the way. Touchdown, Wheeler. No flags on the play. Edwards did not step out of bounds. That's a 70-yard punt return. Touchdown, Wildcats.
That's what you call watching that wall be set up. Once it's set up, just follow it down there. Excellent team effort there. Coach Hollis has surely done something to get this team ready.
Edwards, who's got to be out of breath, is going to stay on and hold this kick. Sheevy is the kicker. Finally, they gave a long count, probably to let Edwards get his breath back, and Sheevy puts it through. So we've got... We're back with you. The score, in case you missed it because of the fade, 29-8 Wheeler, and that is a second quarter score.
Channel 5 has got to have their highlights by now, I would hope.
I would think they all have their highlights. Christy Deere here from Channel 2, Fred Khalil here from Channel 11.
And Brian and Ron here from the Brian and Ron Show.
Absolutely. Hollinger did not make it from Channel 5. This ball is a short kick picked up by number 61, who is definitely not a running back. That's Brian Batson. And I believe we've got his dad up here next to us filming. I believe we do. That's a Batson. And he's a proud papa, as Brian was able to corral that one and maintain possession so that the Chiefs can start off at the Wheeler 31. Well, actually, they're at their own 31 with 6:52 to go here in the first half.
Will once more bring the Chiefs to the line of scrimmage.
That's your son?
Yep, was indeed the younger Batson. We have the elder Batson up here with us,
Taking videos.
Congratulations out to the entire Batson family. On 1st and 10, it's a pass, and it's complete to number 7, Reed Jackson. A nice pass by Benton. Adam Benton is showing a quality arm here, to say the least.
Looks like 38-yard line.
He is rifling the ball downfield. He had a deep drop. That gain only goes for 6 yards, so it'll be 2nd down and 4. But an absolute bullet fired right between the numbers of Reed Jackson. 6:01 and running here in the first half on senior night at Wheeler High School. Benton out of a long shotgun, throws complete and then dropped.
He heard the
footsteps. Incomplete. He did hear the footsteps. Justin Chapman rather, was the intended receiver. Number 44 was creeping up on him. That's Bobby Tanner. So it goes incomplete. It's 3rd and 4.
And I can see now why Sequoyah had a tough time against Walton, because that was a totally rainy night. You've got such a passing game.
Absolutely. The passing game of Sequoyah probably absolutely ruined. We missed that. Benton gives the plan to the offensive line, then keeps his specialty people in for an extra session there. As a rather large third down conversion to try to keep this drive alive before halftime. It is complete to Forsman. Forsman lowers his head and runs right over Byers to get the first down.
Pass to number 2, Chris Forsman.
So whatever Benton said in that little extra session of the huddle seemed to work. We've got 5:40 to go in the first half. A lot of time for Sequoyah to march, especially with their passing offense. They are playing for a playoff spot. I'm sorry, Ron, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I was just going to say before this halftime's over, let me thank George Alexander for... I'll continue.
Benton in a lot of trouble, and Benton is brought down. That's going to be a sack, and they're going to give it to number 44, Bobby Tanner. So a loss of about 3 yards on the play. It's going to be second down and 13. Go ahead, Ron.
George is our coordinator to get this entire thing on Summit Cable. He's given us a lot of help, making sure it does get on Summit. We'll take care of make sure the tape gets delivered. But we've gone ahead and relinquished our spot, and Wheeler is taking this over. They are one of the few teams that have gotten their paperwork into Summit. So it's glad to see, and we appreciate all the help, Mr. Alexander.
Absolutely. There's a lot of complicated things that go into getting these games on the air, public access cable. This ball complete to Starnes, and he's got some room. He cuts back. Cuts back to go around Edwards and does, but Edwards got enough of him to slow him down, and then Bobby Tanner came up and finished him off. 1st and 10, Sequoyah.
Those screen passes have been pretty open most of the evening, it seems like. I think Wheeler's just anxious to get in there and get that quarterback. The screen pass will work up.
They are putting a lot of pressure on Adam Benton. And Benton is so far reacting extremely well with 4:27 to go here in the first half. And Sequoyah again on the move. Benton out of the shotgun again. He double pumps, looks deep down the near side. It is incomplete. Looking for Reed Jackson, and he turned him around with it. The ball thrown a little bit short. Jackson overran it and had to do a complete 360 to try to catch that ball. John Green was also in his face. That didn't help. It's incomplete. That'll be second down.
Let me apologize to some of you folks. I missed that actual try for reception, but I'm trying to get most of them on. We're just in a little side spot here, and we're trying to get as good a view as possible of what's happening. We got a lot of passing going on, a lot of receivers downfield.
Benton throws. Oh, thrown and incomplete. He was looking for Forsman, and Benton rifled that ball. The air got under it a bit, and it kind of sailed on him. That's going to bring up third down. And you mentioned earlier, Ron, that you get a good taste for high school football with this type of a setup, and you do. We're getting the band, the public address announcer. You may be hearing my background talk to our distinguished guests who are passing us by here on the roof. And so you're really getting a taste of it. 4 minutes, 11 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
Another screen.
It is another screen, and it is complete. Not a lot of running room for Justin Chapman. Chapman may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. He did. McMinn, Byers, and McMalley all making this for the Wildcats. We've got 3:45 in running, and it's fourth down. And Sequoyah appears that they're going to go for it.
They're going to almost have to. With that passing game they have, they can pick up that 11 yards in no time at all.
Again, now they're going to take a timeout. Sequoyah has taken it, so they're going to take a break, and we'll take a break with 3:25 to go here in the first half. Wheeler leads 29-8. Ryan Kadrick and producer, engineer, color man extraordinaire, Ron Grab, back with you at the Wheeler Wildcat Coliseum. This is the big fourth down. It is a pass. It is deep. It is intercepted. David McMinn came up with it. It was intended for Justin Chapman. Benton didn't throw it quite as hard as he needed to, and McMinn picks the ball off, and Wheeler will take over 1st and 10 at their own 12.
Well, that was just about as good as a punt, it seems like, especially the trouble they've been having punting tonight.
That's a very good point. Again, they were way too far out for a field goal, but just a bit too close to go ahead and punt. Of course, many teams have punted from that spot on the field before. It would have been kicking from about their own 45 after the snap. So not a bad idea to go ahead and throw the ball deep. This is going to be a halfback pass. Deep down the right side, complete to Edwards. And he's not going to outrun the Sequoyah defender. Number 19, Matt Hames, made the stop. Chris Crawford, a backup quarterback, came in, took the pitch from Shaw, and threw the ball deep.
You could tell
a 47-yard pass play. Sorry, Ron.
After he got that ball handed off to him, he didn't go downfield. He went back. You could tell he was looking for his receiver back there. And now that no huddle again doesn't let us warm our hands up between plays, does it?
Absolutely. No time to blow on your hands or put your hands in your pockets when you're up here. And Wheeler's running the no huddle.
We've got coffee on our way, though.
Absolutely. 2:54 and running. 29-8. Wheeler leads. Shaw pressured. Shaw throws complete to McMinn in the backfield. He's got a yard. Now he's got more. Turns it upfield and goes out of bounds after getting the first down. It appeared he took out the chain gang. He took out the linesman over there. He took out a lot of players. Jones ran him out of bounds, and they're actually going to mark him short of a first down now. He stepped on the sideline over there. So it'll be 2nd and 3.
They're mixing up the plays real good. They're getting running, passing, halfback passes, screen passes. It's keeping things hopping here. As Brian is yawning.
Oh, no, he's not yawning. If there's no video documentation, it didn't happen. McMinn is in motion. And now Shaw on the option play. He's going to keep it himself. He's inside the 20. He's got the first down and gets down to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 Wheeler. Reed Jackson made the stop. 2 minutes, 22 seconds to go here before halftime. Sequoyah was on the move, tried to get some points before they went in for the break. And now Wheeler, after the turnover, may do the same. Actually, they wouldn't be doing the same because Sequoyah wound up failing. Pressure from the backside. Shaw felt it, gets the pass off, and it's complete. Jeff Bice made the catch at about the 2-yard line. Marion thought it was the 5, and Marion's right. No, it's just inside the 5-yard line.
2:03 left, plenty of time. Of course, the clock stops when they get a first down.
They're going to wind up scoring this, if they do score, with a lot of time left on the clock. Especially for Sequoyah's passing offense. 1st and goal, Wheeler at the 3. The give is to Robertson. Robertson crawling in. It's hard to see the goal line here, as it is painted Wildcat gold. But Ty is very close. But he's short, so it's going to be 2nd and goal. Kelly made the stop for Sequoyah. Beautifully painted field here. The grass starting to yellow a bit.
He's in there.
And that's a touchdown. Brandon Shaw keeps it himself the 2nd time he's done so, and the 2nd time he's scored.
Shaw on the keeper that time. Takes it over about a yard and a half out for the touchdown.
1 minute and 18 seconds to go in the first half, and Brandon Shaw scores his 2nd touchdown of the game, going 1 yard.
For the point after is Jason Sheeby kicking with number 10, Mike Edwards. Flag on the play.
And they're not going to get the extra point off. It would be Sheeby kicking off out of the hold of Edwards again.
Let me warn you folks that are taping this program, we're about an hour and 9 minutes into it already. We've still got the second half, so you may want to find yourself another blank tape to throw in there. Now, as you get to that 2 hours, you're going to have to throw it in there.
Now, this time we're not going to run out here, are we?
Say what, Brian?
We're not going to run out of tape here like we did.
No, we will. I have got plenty of extra tape for this game.
We ran into overtime at the Sprayberry-Chattahoochee game, and that did us in.
Just made it.
Yeah, we just barely did, absolutely.
And we still want to try to get that Coach Hollis interview in again.
Sheevy's point out is up been good for Wheeler Wildcats, 36. The Sequoyah Chiefs 8 with 1 minute and 18 seconds left to play.
We've got 1:18 to go as everybody stands up here at the Cat House on the campus of Wheeler High School. Sheevy will kick it, and Reed Jackson, if Sequoyah gets their way, will return it for the Chiefs. Sequoyah finds themselves down 36-8, and Jackson will not get a chance to return this one. It's kicked to an up man. That's number 10, Jason Turner, who had to field the ball on a hop, and he did so very well. And so Sequoyah will start out at their own 37-yard line, 1st and 10. They've got 1 minute and 13 seconds to go the rest of the way down the field. I'm sorry, I don't have a spotter. I'm not going to be able to tell you the yardage just like that. Adam Benton is the quarterback. It would be 63 yards for those of you who are just wondering that they've got to go in that 1 minute and 13 seconds. Benton double pumps and completes it.
Adam Benton from shotgun formation. Pass complete.
That was complete to Forsman.
Clock keeps moving though. We're under 50 seconds. That's not going to get a touchdown that way.
Down to 41 seconds as Forsman did not get out of bounds and did not get the first down. And now we've got a timeout called on the field. We're not sure what it's for or who called it. It's called by Wheeler. So Wheeler takes a timeout to stop the clock and get their staff all together. And we'll take a timeout with 35 seconds to go. We got 35 seconds to go here at the Wheeler Wildcat Coliseum. And Benton will throw on 2nd and 2. It's overthrown and incomplete, looking for Forsman. Datewan Byers defending on the play. So that stops the clock with 29 seconds left. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2. And the Sequoyah band is forming down behind the Chiefs in the end zone. Not actually in the end zone, but near the end zone. They don't want to pull another Stanford band. Ron can't hear a word I'm saying. Oh boy, we're having a good time up here on the top of the press box at Wheeler High School.
Underneath the speaker.
Hope you're enjoying this. Lots of trouble for Benton. Wheeler saw the pass coming. Number 66, Mike Cunningham, was the first Wildcat to get there. We'll let Marion tell you who else
15 seconds
was there.
counting down.
Yep, the clock runs with 10 seconds now.
33-yard line.
And Benton is motioning as though he may just want to down the ball. Down to 2 seconds, 1 second, and he just did get the play off before halftime, and he's sacked again.
And once again, Benton is
He wishes he wouldn't have.
Number 48, Brian Colony, came in and got the sack just before halftime. And so Sequoyah couldn't get it down and get any extra points on the board, but they got 8 already. So after 2 quarters of play, your score: Wheeler 36, Sequoyah 8. We'll be back after this on the Ron and Brian Show. Welcome everybody back. We're getting set to start the second half. Sequoyah will receive the kickoff to start things off. And they have sent back number 7, Reed Jackson, deep to receive it. Sheevy will do the kicking for Wheeler.
Back to receive is number 7.
He is a senior and was honored here at senior night. At halftime, they honored the senior band members. And that was a whole lot of fun. They had their balloon arch, and all the senior band members kicked their shoes off. And here we go in the second half. This will be received and started at the 10, and there's a whole lot of running room. One man to beat, and he beat him, and then he got tackled from behind. That was number 25, Jess Hopkins, on the return. He blew by Kibbe, but was caught from behind, and he crossed midfield, and Sequoyah will start out 1st and 10 at the Wheeler 40. This game has been not short on big plays at all.
Number 12, remember.
Ryan, I believe we've got an Indian over there on the other side with a fire. There, I've got him on screen.
Hopkins on the carry.
Yes, he is staying warm. They actually have an Indian over there.
Chris Crawford came up and made the stop on the kickoff. And on 1st down, the pass is complete to Forsman.
Tony Miles on the tackle.
Adam Benton fires to Chris Forsman on first down, and Forsman gets the first down. So there's no shortage of first downs for Sequoyah. Miles made the stop. We are now listening to the melodious tones of Brandon Nelson, who has taken over as the stadium PA announcer and also incognito color man for us.
Oh!
That is a completed pass and a fumble. Completed to Forsman and picked up. And it's an awful long run for Bobby Tanner. Tanner alertly picks up the fumble. That was a completed pass and a dropped ball. It was Reed Jackson, rather, who made the reception rather than Forsman. Jackson caught the ball, got hit, dropped the ball, and Wheeler recovers. And they have it 1st and 10 with 11 minutes and 9 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Again, you can't miss a play here or you're going to miss something. Brandon Shaw on the option play to his left. Lowers his head and he loses the football. And now Sequoyah has it back.
Sequoyah's ball.
Number 31 falls on the football for the Chiefs. That's Mitch Miller.
We've had no huddles so far.
No huddles and 2 consecutive fumbles. We just sent the Channel 5 boys on their way. They went off to another game to get highlights since they figured after the first half they had enough. They have missed a long kickoff return, 2 great passes and 2 fumbles. And who knows what else is coming up.
But we'll be here. We're going to stick around.
1st and 10, Benton out of the shotgun. Benton with the screen pass.
Set up nice.
This is Starnes. Starnes has got some help. He gets around Edwards. Starnes still on his feet. Finally tripped up. Number 13, John Green, I believe, was the man who tripped him up.
John Green, number 13.
You've named him.
Absolutely. He gets inside the 15-yard line, actually right up to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 Chiefs.
1-yard pickup.
No huddle.
Brandon Nelson, who is the owner of the voice you're hearing, is a senior here at Wheeler. He has taken over for Marion Steele. Oh, boy, we've got coffee and hot chocolate on the
right. We are treated right.
Pass on first down is overthrown and incomplete.
Chris Forsman.
Forsman was the intended receiver. Byers was covering. And wow, we are looking good. We've got lots of hot chocolate and all kinds of stuff. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. We're just thrilled to death to be getting insulated up here, Ron.
Yes.
10:17 to go, third quarter, and it's getting cooler here at Wheeler Wildcat Coliseum. Wheeler is comfortably in control at this point. Pass complete, touchdown. Adam Benton zips the ball up out to Reed Jackson, and it's a touchdown.
Brian, this is what Sequoyah had to do the second half. They had to come out, score in a hurry.
A 15-yard touchdown pass for Sequoyah. And they have narrowed the gap. It is now 36-14 with the extra point upcoming, and it appears that they're going to run for it instead of kicking it.
You do mean pass, don't you?
Most likely. I mean go for it, which, as you point out, will probably be pass for it. We're not sure.
Adam Benson going for 2.
Then Benton keeps it himself. Look at that. He does lower his shoulders, and he's short.
Bobby Freeman.
Number 44, Bobby Tanner, came up and kept Benton out of the end zone. So with 10-12 to go here in the third quarter, Wheeler leads it 36-14.
We're going to take a hot chocolate break, folks. We'll be back.
Absolutely. 10-12 to go here, third quarter, 36-14, Wheeler leads, and this is Mike Carter, the Sequoyah kicker. He gets a lot of foot into that one and sends it deep down the left side. And Daytwan Byers takes it at his own 5, and he won't get a whole lot farther than that. He does not make it to the 20-yard line.
A gain of 16.
Stopped at the 19. That's where Wheeler will take over, 1st and 10.
By number 61, Blaine Benson.
Number 61, Blaine Benson got him.
Hopkins, number 25.
Hopkins was also there. You're hearing the helpful commentary from Brandon Nelson. I believe we're going to hear from Marion Steele again in the fourth quarter. I'm not sure.
I'd say this is a big series here for Wheeler.
You'd like to keep the pressure on if you're the Wildcats. To give us to Robertson. Robertson's spinning for about 2 yards. Number 67 filled the gap. That was Shannon Kelly. Gain of about, well, they're going to give him about 4, actually.
And number 66, Jake Temple.
Now they back it up. It's going to be second down and 7. It's officially a gain of 3 yards on the play. Shaw sends Byers in motion, and there is some motion. The defensive line jumped. The left side of the defensive line jumped. They are saying they were drawn offsides. There's a lot of finger pointing, as is usually the case on a penalty of this nature. The officials are discussing it. And it's going to be against Wheeler. We've got 9:19 to go in the third quarter, so the Wildcats are going to be backed up. It was second down and 6 is how they had it shown.
Wheeler, a 5-yard penalty.
And that's going to bring up second and 11. Looks an awful lot like second and 12 to me, and that's what they have showing now. Brandon Shaw sends McMinn in motion. It's a misdirection play. He gave it to the second man through, who is buried before I could find out who it was. It's not Ty Robertson, because you see him standing there. It's not Byers, because he got it is Byers. Daquan Byers got absolutely buried, nowhere to run, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 17 for the Wildcats as they are marching backwards. They're back at their own 14-yard line. McMinn in motion again. Shaw rolls out. He's got it tucked under. One move. And it wasn't good enough. Number 31 not fooled on the play. That's Mitch Miller. And Shaw was not able to get it done around the left side, and Wheeler's going to have to punt. Wheeler a little bit too deep, in my opinion, in their own territory to try the fake. Even with Shaw, the quarterback, doing their punting. Both of these teams utilizing their quarterback as their punter. Reed Jackson, who has shown himself to be dangerous, is back to receive the punt. He is on the Wheeler 45. So Shaw stands at his own 5-yard line. Jackson calls for a fair catch at the 45, and wisely so, because he would have been buried. So Sequoyah will start out at the Wheeler 45. When we come back, there's 7:40 to go. Wheeler 36, Sequoyah 14. First and 10 for the Chiefs. It is tipped and incomplete. Benton was looking for Jackson.
Number 2, Chris Foreman.
No, he was looking for Foreman. A lot of single-digit receivers on this Sequoyah team.
Number 7,
and they all have good hands and good speed, and there it was. See, I was right. It was Reed Jackson who was the intended receiver. You can't believe everything you hear. But they've all got good speed, and they've all got good hands. That pass was thrown a little bit too high for Jackson, and he was able to tip it nevertheless. Benton back to throw again on second down. Deep down the near side, caught and dropped. And that is going to be an incomplete pass. A diving effort by Forsman. Byers was covering him. Forsman sold out on that one, had it in his hands, but when he landed on the ground, it was enough to jar the ball loose, so it's incomplete, despite the tremendous effort by Chris Forsman, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Sequoyah, the victim of a turnover earlier in the half. We've got 7 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Chapman in motion. Benson to throw. It's overthrown, looking for Chapman.
Number 3, Justin Chapman.
And it appears that those two got crossed up. That's going to bring up 4th and 10, and here they are in 4-down territory again, 4th and 10. If they were to punt, Benton would be punting from about his own 45-yard line, which even in high school is a short punt. he could angle it for the sidelines, and again, it's very long for a field goal. It would be a 61-yard attempt from where the ball is now at the Wheeler 44. And that would be awful close to a state record, I believe, I am told. So on 4th and 10, they go for it, and Benton will pass out of the shotgun. Over the middle, complete.
Pass complete to number 19.
Number 19, Matt Hames, makes the catch, and it's awful close. He's got the first down. 1st and 10, Chiefs, ball on the Wheeler 30-yard line.
13-yard completion. We'll bring up 1st and 10 for Sequoyah.
Now Sequoyah going from the no huddle. Benton out of the shotgun. A lead pass. It is complete. It's Hames again.
Right away by number 10, Mike Edwards.
Edwards was defending on the play. Hames on a quick out to the left, and Benton rifled the ball over there before Edwards could catch up with it. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5. Sequoyah marching again. Again motion, and this time it's Chapman. Benton moving around in the pocket, fires complete to Jackson. Jackson buried by Green, but it didn't matter. Jackson's got the first down, and Sequoyah continues to move the chains.
Still in that no-huddle offense, aren't they? Seems to be working.
They are not using a lot of clock with 6:33 to go. The clock stopped to move the chains.
Brings up 1st and 10.
And they're down at the 16-yard line now. With the passing offense combined with the no-huddle, does not eat up a lot of time. Benton will throw again, this time for the corner of the end zone. It's a fade touchdown. What a pass.
Chris Foreman on the touchdown for Sequoyah.
Chris Foreman, number 2,
For Sequoyah.
on the receiving end of an absolutely beautiful pass from Adam Benton. DeTwan Byers was on the coverage. Miles was also over there, and there wasn't a thing either one of them could do about it.
We got the crowd from Sequoyah finally making some loud noise the second half. They're in it. They got a good turnout here. Came to cheer for their boys. Could be the last game of the year. They've had a good season, but they're not giving up. They've made a second half out of it, haven't they, Brian?
They absolutely have.
Timeout, Sequoyah.
And Sequoyah takes a timeout as they tried the 2-point conversion last time and it failed, and they're going to talk about it. So we'll take a break also. 6:21 to go. We'll be back. Brian Katrick, producer, engineer Ron Grab, back with you here at the Wheeler Wildcat Coliseum. We have just watched a 16-yard touchdown pass from Adam Benton to Chris Forsman. And that's the second 16-yard touchdown pass of the half for Sequoyah. The last one, Benton to Jackson. And they have narrowed the gap. 36-20 is the lead for Wheeler right now.
By Sequoyah.
And Sequoyah again going for 2. Benton is going to throw out of the shotgun. He throws complete, same play. A shorter pattern this time. Benton to Forsman. They get the 2-point conversion, and it's 36-22 Wheeler. And the crowd is stunned over here on the Wildcat sidelines. There you see the Sequoyah sidelines. They made a long drive from up in Cherokee County.
They're sitting over there freezing too, but they're getting warm right now.
Yes, they are. They're in the southern part of Cherokee County. They've got a very nice stadium complex over there, the baseball field flanking the football field. And they're showing their spirit on the far sidelines by making the commute. And they are sticking this out, as are we so far.
Let's get another sip of that hot chocolate and we'll be back. What do you say?
Absolutely. Mike Carter set to kick it away. Edwards and Byers back deep for the Wildcats. And Wheeler is going to have to try to get things turned around. 36-22, their lead has been cut more than in half. This is going to be Byers from his own 6-yard line. He's got a wall, and he's tripped up behind the wall. Number 27 came in behind the wall and knocked him off balance. That's Braun Stanley.
And
then he had some help.
By number 25, Chase Hopkins.
Hopkins covered him up.
Wilkie.
Brian?
We've got 6:15 to go. Sorry, Ron, what do you think?
Say it's turned into a 2-touchdown game and plenty of time still in the third quarter.
Absolutely.
Maybe we better get hold of Channel 5 and have him come back. What do you think?
We sent him away, and they're missing something. Here's Shaw on first down, gives to Robertson around the right side. Robertson has their lead blocker. He's into the backfield. He needs to turn on the speed. He cuts it back, still on his feet. Robertson Jackson is going to score. 78 yards for Ty Robertson.
Unbelievable.
.78 yards from the line of scrimmage, and he must have broken 4 tackles to get there. Sheevy is on for the extra point.
Number 22, Ty Robertson.
Robertson already ran 80 yards for 1 touchdown, 78 yards this time.
And the kick is good.
Sheevy puts the ball through, so we got 5:49, and things have turned around for the Wildcats here in the third quarter. They lead 43-22. We'll be back. Brian Katrick and Ron Grab back with you at the Wheeler Wildcat Coliseum. 43-22, and there's Sheevy and the rest of the gang acting like they're going to kick an onside kick, and they're not. But you can never be too sure.
Not be too sure what's going to happen in this game.
Now the ball gets blown off the tee. He was aiming for that far sideline. There's 5:49 to go in the third quarter. Wheeler leads 43-22. Sequoyah had just cut this lead down, and Sheevy is going to try an onside kick. Look at that. A little pooch kick. It's going to be handled at the 36-yard line. At the 26-yard line. That's Mitch Miller. Mitch Miller gets up across the 40-yard line. Number 80 came up and made the stop. That's Jeff Sigler.
Return for Sequoyah. Ran by Mitch Miller, number 31.
We'd like to thank, and I'm sure, Ron, you're in on this.
Yes.
Miss Janelle Calvert, who's been incredible for us here in the second half. Also, most of the first half, she's brought us hot chocolate. She is the president of the Wheeler Athletic Association, and our hearts and most of our warm insides now go out to her as Sequoyah takes over.
They've got a great parent organization here that backs their kids and their sports all the way.
Benton looking deep for Forsman. It was overthrown. Daquan Byers was covering on the play. And now Benton is coming up a little bit hobbling. Can you get that, Ron? Back there at the 35-yard line. Benton is leaning over.
I got you.
And the Wheeler Sports Medicine people have, they're the first on the scene, even though the official didn't call them out.
He said, leave me alone.
Yep. Of course, if they take an official timeout to address an injury, they've got to take the player out for a play. And Benton is too valuable to Sequoyah to do that. I'm not sure who they've got as a backup, but Benton representing himself well. This pass complete to Starnes. Starnes turns the corner, and he's on his way down the left side. Cutting back towards the middle, spinning, and finally taken down. Starnes all the way to the 20-yard line. A 37-yard pass play.
And John Green. A gain of
5:02 to go here in the third quarter.
No huddle again, going right to him.
Sequoyah not slowing down. They are, as Ron mentioned, still in the no huddle. Benton, a quick out to the right side, complete and tripped up. Forsman tripped up by Byers. Had Byers not held on, Forsman would have scored again.
7-yard gain on that play. Brings up second and 3.
Forsman and Benton hooked up only minutes ago, actually, for Sequoyah's second touchdown here in the second half. A 16-yarder. Benton looking to the end zone. It's a fade for Jackson. He was taken down. And that was an uncatchable ball. A lot of non-vocal communication going on there between Benton and Jackson. The crowd doesn't like the call, but it was uncatchable. Jackson had his back to the pass, broke to the end zone. Benton threw it completely away from both Jackson and the defender, in the hopes that Jackson would beat the defender to the ball, and he just couldn't do it. Third and 3. Benton, quick out to Jackson again. Jackson
Pass complete.
scampers around the corner. He's got the first down.
Number 7, Reed Jackson.
It appears he is awful close. They had to get down to the 10, actually the 11-yard line, and it appears that Jackson came to rest right about that spot.
Tackled by number 21, David McMahon.
Yeah, this game we
But
haven't had any measurements, have we, Brian?
And they won't this time. He's short, so it's 4th and 1 and a critical 4th down for Sequoyah. Wheeler not quitting. Neither is Sequoyah, but for Sequoyah to keep the pressure on, they've got to get this one. Benton under center. They've got it. He gave to Starnes. There's a flag on the play now.
Down Sequoyah, but there is a flag on the play.
First time they've gone under center here in the second half. And Starnes
Face mask
got the
looks
first
like.
down. Yes, it appears to be against Wheeler.
Stanley, number 27 on the carry.
And it looks like it's going to be a face mask. The flag came in late. Regardless, Starnes did get the first down. And I'm not sure, Ron, you can check on this. We'll check with the stat people. I believe that's the first running play of the second half by Sequoyah.
I tend to think so. We've had a lot of screen passes, did a lot of running, but first time we've seen a quarterback line up directly underneath the line of center, I believe.
It is a face mask against the Wildcats, so that's a big penalty. That should bring them half the distance and should make it half. Yeah, first and goal situation for the Chiefs. They've got 3:39 here just in the third quarter. They trail, however, by 21 points. 43-22.
First and goal, Sequoyah.
And there is a loose ball on the play. And Wheeler's going to look back at this one if this one gets out of hand because they had it. But Chapman jumped on the loose ball. That ball was fumbled in the middle of the stack and squirted out, and Chapman had it. No telling how many Wildcats or how many Chiefs had their hands on it before it came popping out of there.
Cunningham and several others.
Cunningham jarred the ball loose. That's going to be second and goal at the 5-yard line.
Sequoyah lost a yard on that play.
Folks, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, call your local cable operator.
5-yard line.
And we'd be happy to bring more quality programming from high school sports venues all over the county to you. Benton
Number 13.
kept the ball himself, headed for the corner, and David McMinn laid a hit on him.
David McMahon.
McMinn
Adam
headed Benton off at the pass, so to speak. Benton gets up to the 1-yard line, but it's not enough. That's going to be third and goal. Ball is on the 1. And Sequoyah is starting to take their time as they had to slow down and stop passing. They got inside the red zone, so to speak, which is inside the 20-yard line. And on third down, it's a handoff right into the middle of the stack. It's Starnes again, and Starnes is not going to make it.
number 1 on the carry, James Starnes.
We've got 2:20, and the clock runs, and the Wheeler crowd gets up. It's going to be fourth down and about the length of a football.
Tackle made by number 60, Blaine McNally, and several others.
Blaine McNally got in there first to stop Starnes. And both sidelines are making noise now. Benton up under center, gives to Starnes again. He's not going to make it. It's a loose ball. It's a fumble. Miles got in there on it. Benton wound up recovering it. Now we've got a flag coming in after the play.
A flag on the play.
The ball popped loose. It didn't get into the end zone to begin with. Benton recovered it back at about the 2-yard line. The ball would go over on downs to the Wildcats, depending on the penalty.
Number 1, James Starnes, ran the ball. Fumbled.
The officials, with a long discussion about this, they have yet to consult with either captain. It's a dead ball, a personal foul against Wheeler, so the Wildcats will maintain possession of the football. And there's not a whole lot of yardage that they can give up on the 2-yard line, so they'll probably go half the distance and they'll start over. And now we've got an injury. I'm going to try to figure out who that is. We can't get it for you. We'll get it for you after we take this break. We've got 1 minute and 54 seconds to go in the third quarter. Wheeler leads at 43-22. A minute 49 to go. Number 60, Blaine McNally, was the injured Wildcat on the play.
Johnny Miles, number 9.
He is okay. Miles carries the ball for Wheeler on first down. Kevin Griggs made the stop.
Gain of about 6.
Wheeler starting this drive on their own 1-yard line after the personal foul penalized them half the distance to the goal line. Gain of 4 yards. 2nd down and 6. And there goes Mrs. Calvert. Off to get us some more hot chocolate. We definitely appreciate it. This is Ty Robertson. Robertson cut down.
Ty Robinson on the carry.
Jackson got his hands on Robertson's feet in the backfield. And that stopped Ty before he got it going. Nevertheless, a gain of about 3 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2. We've only got 51 seconds to go now here in the 3rd quarter.
32 for Wheeler.
And Wheeler may let the clock run just to make the ball move down the field. But they won't. Shaw is going to roll out. Now he's in trouble. He breaks free and he's going to keep it.
Shaw is the quarterback. He
Lowers his shoulders and is taken down by Mitch Miller. And he appeared to be short of the first down. Now we may have our first measurement. No, he's got it. So a heads-up play by Brandon Shaw breaking a tackle in the backfield. And I was wrong about the time. That was 1:02 to go. Now we've got 20 seconds to go this time, and I'm positive of that. We're going to give another listen to Coach Jeff Hollis at the quarter break. This is Robertson on first down, and not a lot of room there.
carry made by number 22, Ty Robertson.
Shannon Kelly, number 67, made the stop. And that's going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. So after 3 quarters of play here at the Wheeler Wildcat Coliseum, Wheeler leads 43-22. Let's go ahead and run the interview with the coach one more time. Okay, we are here in the office with Coach Jeff Hollis of the Wheeler Wildcats, one of the most successful coaches in the county for years. I have personal memories and some nightmares about playing teams coached by Hollis. Always a great team, always a lot of stamina, a lot of physical conditioning, and a very good, very smart team also. And this year's edition of the Wildcats, no different. Big game tonight. By now we'll be seeing how it's going on. Sequoyah, it's a must-win situation to go to the playoffs. What are your thoughts on the game tonight?
Well, it's a must-win situation for us to go to the playoffs, too. That's my biggest thought. This is the epitome of what high school football is all about. It's a big game. The kids are excited. The parents are excited. Our communities are excited. Be a big crowd tonight, and for a change on a Friday night, there's no rain, and that's a fantastic thing to have happen for us. It's been raining, I think, the last 3 weeks in a row, so it's nice for the kids to be able to get out. We're doing a senior night tonight, and I guess some of this may show up on television, it may not, but we recognize those senior players that are in our program and in the band and in the color guard and the cheerleaders, and we've got some 60 strong to be represented tonight, and it really is a wonderful, wonderful thing that that kids are involved in extracurricular activities, whether it's football or those other things that we talk about the show on Friday night, and a lot of people know that the focal point happens to be football. But when we play a football game here, we've got 2 bands, we've got color guards, we've got a drill team, which those young men have moms and dads, and we've got our cheerleaders, and it makes a lot of hoopla and a lot of show and a lot of pageantry and a lot of fun for a community. We happen to be in a situation right now where it's a Cherokee community which is growing and trying to gain respect. They've put together a great program. They got a beautiful physical plant there. Their facility is beautiful, and they put together a great coaching staff. They got a great principal up there, a lady named I can't remember her last name. Doe Kirkpatrick, I think, is her name. She's done an outstanding job of supporting her players and teams and coaches and putting things together, giving them a chance to compete. First time they've been here to what we call the Cat House, and those little catch.
Brian Katrick, Ron Grab, and now Marion Still back with you at Wheeler Wildcat Coliseum, and there's a fumble. Sequoyah's going to pick it up, and that's all he's going to do. A smart play. Number 25, Jess Hopkins, recovers the fumble. Brandon Shaw was going to try to pitch the ball, and he lost it. Hopkins looked like he was headed for the end zone, but he got tripped up and wisely just covered the ball up. And a big turnover on the first play of the fourth quarter. Sequoyah takes over on the Wheeler 9-yard line. So after failing to put the ball in the end zone to close the third quarter, Sequoyah gets a big break and can turn things around to open up the fourth. It's going to be another pass. Overthrown and incomplete. Benton was throwing into a crowd. Forsman was at the center of the crowd. He was the intended receiver. Not a bad job done by public address announcer Brandon Nelson. He, again, is a senior here at Wheeler. I'm not sure if he's going to be taking over for Marion next year or not. I'm not sure what the story is there, but it was good to hear him. Apparently, Brandon does the JV games here at Wheeler. And maybe we get more cooperation if we did that. That's right. Did JV games. Not sure. We'll have to check on that. Adam Benton, meanwhile, has second down. And goal to go inside the 10-yard line. He rolls, throws, scores. Touchdown. 9-yard touchdown pass to Reed Jackson from Adam Benton.
That makes it a 15-point ball game right now.
A 9-yard pass completion for the touchdown.
Could bring it down to 2 touchdowns and the whole quarter to go. Wheeler's got to keep scoring.
And that's it. I'm officially out of room on my card.
Does that mean the game's over?
That's it. They can't score anymore. And again, Sequoyah is going to go for 2. Benton will go from the shotgun, as going up under center on their last goal line stand didn't appear to work. Benton takes a rather bad snap, steps up and gets hit. He's not going to make it. So we've got 11 minutes and 31 seconds to go after the failed PAT. Wheeler leads 43-28. We'll be back after this hot chocolate timeout. Everybody here at the Wheeler Wildcat Coliseum is up for the kickoff, including producer-engineer Ron Grab, who usually sits down for the games. No, of course not. Carter kicks it. This time it's taken by Robertson at the 5. Robertson cuts back to his left, now over the middle, and he'll get across the 25-yard line. Number 88 made the stop on the kickoff. Mark Lusk. Jess Hopkins also helped on the stop. It's a 21-yard kickoff return, and Wheeler will start. 1st and 10 at their own 26. If you're just joining us, forget it. I'm not going to be able to recap this game. 43-28 is the score. Robertson around the left side on 1st down. He's going to gain about 6 yards before he's tripped up. Sequoyah just scored after a turnover that put them on the 9-yard line. They scored on a 9-yard pass from Benton to Jackson. It has been all Sequoyah here in the second half. They have scored 3 times. Wheeler scoring only on a 78-yard Ty Robertson run. Not to diminish that accomplishment at all, but it has been all Sequoyah here in the second half. There's a fumble. Robertson mishandled the give. Gets back on it, tries to cut back. He's going to lose all the yards that he gained on the last play. There goes Janelle Calvert again. She brought us some more hot chocolate, and she's going off to the warmth, and she deserves to find some. Is there a Saint Janelle? You can't hear me. I was just asking if there was a Saint Janelle.
There must be, I'll tell you.
I'd like to go ahead and nominate one.
For tonight, at least.
3rd and 9 for the Wildcats. Back on the 27-yard line they go. Shaw, deep down the near side, it's intercepted. Intercepted by Jackson, intended for McMahon, and here comes Jackson on the way back. Jackson run out of bounds at the 32-yard line, and Sequoyah is turning things around.
That missed extra point looks pretty big right now, doesn't it?
They refuse to quit. Let's do some quick math here. What do we got? It's a 15-point deficit. Of course, in high school, you can make 16 points on 2 touchdowns.
That's true.
Sequoyah has missed several extra points. I'm going to go through and count them here after this first play because they're going from the no-huddle offense. So actually, I might never get a chance to count them up for you. Adam Benton out of the shotgun. Throws a quick out on first down. It's incomplete, intended for Jackson.
Shotgun pass to number 7, Reed Jackson. The man that just intercepted the last pass. Ball's incomplete.
They have missed 2 of their 4 extra point tries, which evens everything out. It's just as if they kicked all 4 of them. And they've got 28 points. Sequoyah does. Wheeler has 43. It's 2nd and 10. Ball on the Wheeler 33-yard line. Benton again. Benton deep down the middle. It's overthrown. He was looking for Forsman. Detwan Byers was maybe a step behind. It would have been interesting to see what would have happened, but the ball was a little bit overthrown.
Once again, you folks, keep your eyes on your VCR. We may be running over 2 hours.
Are we
in a little while. We've got about 10 minutes to go. But with 9:37 left in the game and passing game, it's going to take a while to finish this game tonight. So get your blank tape ready to throw in there.
That is for those of you who are using 2-hour tapes. If you've got a 4 or a 6-hour tape, sit back and relax. We've got 9 minutes and 37 seconds more of football left for you. This time, Benton is under center, and he's pressured, he's hit, and he's sacked. A good job of Benton just to hold on to that ball because he was really walloped by number 48, Brian Colony. Loss all the way back to the 43-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down and 20 for the Chiefs. A good turn of events for them earlier with the interception, but they've marched backwards here.
Decision time. Are they going to go for it?
Well, they have to go for it. No doubt about it. 9:03 to go, and they've got 15 points to make up. They're going to call time.
They got to talk about it.
So apparently it's not as cut and dry as I think. We've got 8:58 to go in the fourth quarter. Your score: Wheeler 43, Sequoyah 28. We'll be back. 4th down and officially 19 for the Chiefs. Benton under center. He's gonna throw. He's pressured again. He throws deep over the middle, tipped and incomplete. No flags on the play. Byers and McMinn defending on the play, looking for Forsman, and McMinn tips it out of the way. The ball goes over on downs to the Wildcats. Wheeler will take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. Got 8:50 to go. And if Wheeler can march down and get some more points on the board here, they could really ice it, Ron. Again, Ron Grabb, the producer-engineer, cannot hear me. It is very loud. Never mind. 1st and 10, Wheeler. They give to Robertson. Robertson may have a yard. He struggled to get back to the line of scrimmage. He was wrapped up by number 68. That's Brian Yonish.
2nd and 10 for the Wildcats.
And he didn't get anywhere. That is
Brian Yonish.
exactly no gain. So it's 2nd and 10. Shaw up under center, and they are not going to the hurry-up offense. As Wheeler, seeing that the Sequoyah team is not going to quit, content to run some time off the clock. Robertson on the pitcher on the right side, again dragged down. He's lucky if he got to the line of scrimmage. Number 22, Kevin Griggs, and number 25, Jess Hopkins, combining on the stop. Again, this is actually a loss, so it's going to be 3rd down and 11.
41, loss of 1, 3rd and 11 for the Wildcats.
And 7:57 showing on the clock here in the game, and the clock is running. Wheeler taking a lot of time in the huddle, which by comparison to the hurry-up seems like an eternity, I'm sure, for the Chiefs. Shaw will pass on 3rd and 11. He is pressured. He gets away from one man. Buys some time and throws. This will be an interesting call. It is called incomplete. It was intended for Robertson. He fell on the ball and had us all fooled. But he couldn't fool the official. So that brings up 4th and 11.
Bringing up 4th and 11 for the Wildcats.
And Wheeler is going to punt. Robertson
Receiving the kick is number 7, Reed Jackson for the Chiefs. And punting
did a
for the
good job to
Wildcats,
try to cover that ball up.
Brandon Shaw.
Brandon Shaw is back to punt. Jackson is going to try to receive this one. It's a high kick, high and short. Jackson is not going to have a return. It bounces just about straight up and down.
Brandon Shaw giving super good hang time, leaving no return.
And it is down without a return. So Sequoyah will take over in their own territory. We've got 7:23 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Brian, since things have kind of calmed down a little bit, let's tell our viewers about the upcoming basketball season. We have big plans coming for the basketball season. We've got a schedule of about 25 games to cover here in East Cobb between Pope, Walton, Wheeler, Lassiter, and Sprayberry. They've been released to the newspapers. We're yet to get confirmation from the school system whether they're going to let us show these games or not. So we'll try to keep you informed. You might check with your local cable company, Summit Cable, or check with the Cobb County school system. We need to get final approval from them. If you want to see more fine high school ball, this will be basketball on Summit Cable on Channel 5, then we need your support. We need you to make some phone calls, let your cable company know, let your school system know that you're behind this kind of entertainment that we're presenting on Summit Cable. We appreciate it, and we've enjoyed this football season.
Absolutely. This has been a ball. And even though we're out here freezing, and here you hear Marion Steele making the announcement that this is going to be on Sunday at 5. If you're watching this, you already know that. And here we go, Sequoyah taking over. 7:17 to go now. And Benton throws out of the backfield a screen pass to Starnes. Starnes breaks a tackle and is hit again. Hit awfully hard in the backfield. Number 44, Bobby Tanner, had him, held him hard enough for number 66, Mike Cunningham, to come up and lay a hit on him. Or I may have that backwards. And Starnes is down, and he's going to stay down, so they're going to take a timeout to fix him. And we've got 6:58 to go here in the ball game. 43-28. Wheeler leads. And are we going to stay here or are we going to go out, Ron?
We're going to take a break.
2nd down and 8. Starnes got off the field under his own power, and he's okay. This pass is overthrown looking for Jackson. Miles was defending on the play, and Benton's pass was a little bit too tall, had a little bit too much zip on it. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 8. 6:48 to go here in the game.
Covering out there on the reception, on the pass.
That was Tony Miles providing the pass coverage. I believe Marion just called him Brandon Miles. Of course, as far as I know, he may have a brother, and that may have been him. My senses are being numbed at this point. Benton to throw from the shotgun. It's tipped and incomplete. Tipped by Miles. It was intended for Forsman, but it was tipped by Miles. And Miles, had he been able to come up with that, would have most likely scored. He is a running back, or we've seen him run the ball before. He's got excellent speed. He certainly would have scored. But Benton threw that ball so hard, I'm not sure how much of a look Miles got at it. So now we've got 4th down and 8 yards to go. And probably the biggest play of the game so far for Sequoyah. Benton will pass. It is intercepted by John Green.
John Green, number 13, steps in front of number 7, Reed.
It was intended for Reed Jackson, and John Green read it all the way. Stepped in front of the pass and caught it. Interception, big turnover. Wheeler takes over. 1st and 10 at the Sequoyah 33-yard line.
John Green on the interception as the Wildcats take over possession. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line.
We've got 6:35 and the clock runs, and that's how Wheeler wants it. They take a huddle, and Shaw takes a lot of time under center. Gives to Robertson on the counter. He scored on that earlier, but this time it's stuffed up. And number 88, Mark Lusk, was able to get a hand on him, and that was enough to slow down Ty Robertson, and he fell over. As we haven't had a lot of rain recently, but the middle of the field starting to get chewed up, as the field is certainly still a little soft. And if it gets any colder, it may freeze up. It's a fake reverse. Robertson around the near side.
Now Robinson on a fake reverse attack.
And number 25 took him down. That's Jess Hopkins.
25, Jess Hopkins.
They tried that earlier, and it worked.
22,
This time, Hopkins stayed at home. Riggs also stayed at home.
Ty shakes off the head hit there.
And Robertson
About 4 more yards.
only able to pick up the first down, although that's no small accomplishment. It keeps the clock running with 5:47. It keeps Wheeler running here in the fourth quarter, up 43-28. That's McMinn in motion to give to Miles right through the middle.
Number 9 takes the handoff and rambles over left tackle.
Mitch Miller took him down.
Stop at 31, Mitch Miller.
Gain of about 6 on the play.
Looks like the ball's going to be spotted about the 12-yard line.
I'll tell you, Brian, as time gets down under 5:30, looks like next week's game is going to be Wheeler at Marietta. Now, we haven't heard whether we'll be covering that yet or not. If you folks out there want to see that game, you need to contact Wheeler. You need to contact the high school and ask them to put that game on, too.
This is the give to Robertson on second down.
Robertson picks up the first down this
And he
time.
gets the first down. Miles' gain was much longer than I thought it was. He gained 8. So that was 2nd and 2. It doesn't matter. Robertson got the first down, so now it's 1st and 10. No, now it's 1st and goal. Not only do you have to contact the cable company and Wheeler High School, who else can you call to try to get this game on?
Well, you could probably contact the school board. Your local school board member might have some influence, or the superintendent's office.
Contacting either of us will do you no good. We'd love to do the game. Shaw keeps it himself. Heading for the corner, and he won't get there, and a flag comes in late.
Flag on the play, it looks like, on the play. Flag call. Number 31.
Mitch Miller made the stop just as my binoculars fogged up, so I couldn't tell who he was.
Looks like holding call against the Wheeler Wildcats.
The preliminary signal is against Wheeler. Now my vocal cords are freezing up on us.
Now, we talked to you earlier about that basketball schedule. Our tentative first game is going to be a week from Saturday, and that's going to be at Wheeler. Sprayberry playing here at
We're
Wheeler.
right here in a much warmer gym.
Yes, and then the next game will be that next Tuesday. Will be Pope's first time in play, and that'll be Pope and Walton. Walton at Pope. So we've got a couple great openers.
Good
show you if we
rivalries.
can put them on TV.
Very good rivalries. We're sure you'd love to see them. We'd love to do them, but you got to get in touch with the right people, apparently. This is not going to be easy. Shaw is being Pearl Harbored. He never saw that guy coming.
About 8 yards by number 66.
Number 66, Jake Temple, snuck right in. He blew around the right side, and there was nothing Brandon Shaw could do about that. He's sacked. Big loss on the play all the way back to the 24-yard line.
The only good thing about that, the clock is still moving.
Wheeler would probably take it. They're up 43-28 as dyslexia sets in at the Cat House. 3:57 and running here in the fourth quarter. Shaw to throw. It's a screen pass complete to Robertson, and he doesn't go anywhere.
Robertson is met with a hearty welcome on
Number 58, Andy Ellers.
58, Andy Ellers.
The clock still keeps moving.
Ellers leveled Robertson. Robertson turned around and didn't expect to see that. I'm not sure exactly what he saw because Ellers was all over him. It is another loss back to the 27-yard line. It's third down and goal to go for the Wildcats, and Sequoyah is stiffening up. Give to Robertson on that counter. He cuts back, and there's still no hole.
Good defensive plugging of the holes.
Ellers was in there.
Chiefs, number 58, Andy.
Miller was in there.
Number 22, Ty Robertson on the kill.
And there was somebody else in there. Number 68 was also in there. Got to make sure he gets a mention.
Bringing up the
That was Brian Yanish.
You folks may want to watch your tape. Your 2 hours is just about gone.
The ball.
This is going to be a 42-yard line, a 42-yard field goal for Jason Sheevy out of the hold of Mike Edwards. The kick is up. I don't know if he's got the distance on this one, Ron, and he doesn't.
No.
That's short. It may have been hooking a little bit to the left, but on this cold night, Sheevy gets a little underneath it, so it falls short. So with 2:34 to go in the ball game, Wheeler leads 43-28. We're going to take a break. And we're back. Sequoyah takes over, and they've got a lot of work to do with not a lot of time to do it in. Benton's pass is tipped and incomplete, almost intercepted. Forsman almost had it. Miles almost had it. And Benton, at this point, with the weather getting the way it is, it's dropped, I would imagine, about 10 degrees since the start of the game. Maybe even more. Benton may be throwing the ball a little bit too hard at this point. The receiver's hands got to be a little cold, even though, of course, they're a whole lot warmer than we are. Benton has got an arm. There he is on second down, shows that arm, threw it right through, and Edwards says he intercepted it. And they're saying that he didn't. It was intended for Hames, and Edwards apparently trapped it. There was another good bluff by Edwards. The clock stops with 2:24 to go. It's 3rd and 10 for Sequoyah. The ball is on their own 20-yard line. Stick around for the post-game show. We've got an entire sheet of paper to read off of for a scoring summary. This pass is rifled over the middle. Looking for Hames. Edwards defending on the play. And now we've got another Sequoyah player down. And that looks to be Benton.
On the quarterback and Brian Cullen, number 48.
Once again,
hit Benton very hard, and he's down. Go ahead, Ron.
Let's thank Wheeler for all the help they've given us putting this game on tonight. It was difficult to get it on, but with the help, especially George Alexander, in order to get the time on Summit Cable, we were presenting this program to you on Summit Cable through the Educational Access channel that they're allowed, and through their excellent paperwork, which they completed earlier.
Definitely. We thanked lots of folks who have made things more comfortable for us and have certainly allowed us to be here, but without Mr. Alexander, we just flat wouldn't be on the air.
Well, we're about out of tape here, too, so let's take a break to try to conserve a little tape.
2:18 to go, we'll be back. We're back with you. Adam Benton has been helped off the field, and Mike Carter is the new quarterback for Sequoyah. Benton limped off as if he twisted something. We may see him back. Carter won't get to throw on his first play in, as he's got to keep the ball and run around the left side. I'm not sure if he meant to do that. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
Number 67, Kirk McNiff, in on driving it out of bounds.
Right on some of these out-of-bounds plays, we happen to come out here and catch some of these advertisements they have on the sidelines here. We hope this is okay. It's just part of the game. We can't avoid this. I'm sorry.
All the folks, Booster Club sponsors of Wheeler. That's it. The ball's gone over on downs. That was 4th down. A lot of confusion. The down marker was showing 3rd down. The scoreboards showed 4th down. Now it shows 1st down because they obviously believe that Wheeler has taken the ball over on downs. That's what we have. And now the officials are conferring.
We're going to take a timeout, too.
Sure, why not?
Bye.
Brandon Shaw in at quarterback for Wheeler. He gives to Robertson on 1st down. And not a lot of room there for Robertson. So it'll be 2nd down and 8, gain of 2 on the play by Robertson, and Shaw's up under center. Give to Robertson again. Robertson this time towards the middle of the field into the left side of the line. Gain of about 3. Looks like it's going to be 3rd down and 5. A minute 15 and the clock runs. Wheeler just most likely content to run the clock out. An option play to McMinn. McMinn gets the 1st down. He will let the clock continue to run. McMinn up close to the 10-yard line. 1st and 10 Wheeler. The clock runs with 59 seconds, or they'll stop it temporarily to move the chains. The ball on the 11. 43-28, Wheeler leads. And it appears right now that it's safe to say they're going to go on and play Marietta next week at Marietta. Marietta in 1st place, Region 6, Sub-Region A, as Robertson into the middle of the line. Wheeler is in... Are we off? No, I'm sorry.
We're still
Wheeler's in 2nd place in Region 6, Sub-Region B.
For the Chiefs.
And of
Time's
course,
running down, though.
we're down into 25 seconds. Sequoyah is not going to make it into the playoffs, although they put up a great effort. They certainly looked good. Roswell is also going to be involved in the playoffs. And here's Robertson. He's not content with this. He gets down inside the 5-yard line. We're down to 6-5. And it was a great run by Robertson, but that's going to be it. That's the end of the game. Your final score from the Cat House here at Wheeler High School. Wheeler 43, Sequoyah 28. Marion Steele's asking him to stay off the field, but I'm not sure if anybody's going to listen. We'll be back to wrap things up on the Brian and Ron Show after this. Okay, we're back here at Wheeler High School, and I'm not sure if the cow is moving yet. Apparently it's not. They were having a little cow festivity after the game on the field. Your final score here was Wheeler 43 and Sequoyah 28. Wheeler moves on. Next week they will play Marietta at Marietta in the first round of the region playoffs. We're not sure who the other game is going to be. There are two more teams. It looks like Roswell and maybe a Milton. Pope, I believe, has too many losses. We'll check on that. Of course, by the time this goes to air, you will already know. The scoring summary from tonight's game, it all started on a 1-yard Brandon Shaw touchdown run, and then Reed Jackson took the ensuing kickoff 88 yards for a touchdown. And then Ty Robertson went 80 yards on a run of his own. Then also for Wheeler, Brandon Shaw threw to Mike Edwards. An 11-yard touchdown pass, all still in the first half. Then Edwards took a punt return, 70 yards for a touchdown, and the first half ended with a 1-yard Shaw scoring run. In the second half, it turned out to be all Sequoyah, but it wasn't enough. Sequoyah with a 16-yard Benton to Jackson touchdown pass, and then Benton hooked up with Forsman, not a whole lot longer later, another 16-yard touchdown pass, and then Ty Robertson went 78 yards for a touchdown for Wheeler, and Sequoyah closed out the scoring 9 yards, Benton to Jackson on a touchdown pass. It just wasn't enough. Very high scoring, very interesting game, as we thought it would be. It was a great matchup. The weather was favorable for both teams' attacks. We saw the no-huddle out of both of them. Sequoyah closes an excellent season. Wheeler continues an excellent season. We hope to see you next week at Marietta. We may not. We hope to see you in basketball season. We may not. Thanks, Ron. If this is it, it's been a ball. For Ron Grabb, I'm Brian Katrick. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.